Hello, I'm Nancy ONeill. This week on Suncoast FYI, Van Wezel Performing Arts, Circus Arts, a former Marine turned businessman, and the Hearing Loss Association of America, Sarasota Manatee Chapter. All next on Suncoast FYI. Thanks for joining us today on Suncoast FYI. I'm Nancy ONeill. The mission of the Circus Arts Conservatory is to engage and educate children using unique and innovative learning programs and to advance the extraordinary legacy and heritage of the circus. And here to tell us about their upcoming event, Cirque du Voix, is Rafael Palasico. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Now, I know you've been a circus performer for a number of years. How long have you been performing?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
About 48 years.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I started when I was 5 years old.
Okay. And what got you involved in the circus?
Well, my parents were in the circus. My mom was a tight wire walker, like the Walenda family, and my father was the catcher for the flying trapeze for his brothers and sisters.
Okay.
And they met in Sarasota in 1952 with Circus Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus. And my mother and father met in the circus, and the typical love story, and they made Sarasota their hometown. And I was born here in Sarasota, Florida.
So they got you on the wires pretty early then, along.
Yes, but they didn't force me. I used to watch my parents perform, and I would bug them all the time. Let me up there. I want to learn. And by the age of 2, I was already rehearsing, with safety lines, of course.
Okay. So what are some of the acts that you perform now?
Well, I performed with the famous Dolly Jacobs, the aerial strap act, and I've been working with her for about 4 or 5 years now.
Okay.
Even though we've known each other for many, many years before that, we were both aerialists. And I'm also an illusionist. I do magic.
So there'll be a lot of different acts you'll be performing for your guests that day.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us what the new Cirque du Voix is about.
Well, Cirque du Voix is with an orchestra, a 30-piece orchestra with a key chorale, and it's amazing because we're performing for live music, with live music, and it's a different experience. It's beautiful, and it's just an amazing feeling to have a live orchestra behind you with 30 talented musicians. And it's something you can't miss. You must come and see if you can.
Okay. Well, I hope to. Now, you can tell us, when is the show coming up? I know it's this month sometime.
Yes, it's March 29th and March 30th. No, March 19th and March 20th.
Okay.
Well, March 19th is a 2 p.m. show,
Okay.
and March 20th is a 5 o'clock show.
5 o'clock
Only
show.
2 shows.
Okay. And those are going to be at the Nathan Benderson
Park. Yes, under the big top, in the Circus Arena.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And if people are interested in more information, where can they go to find that out?
Well, they can go on the website at circusarts.org.
Okay.
They can look there and buy their tickets there.
Okay. I'd also like to know, I know you're not going to be the only one performing.
No.
Who else will be joining you?
Well, Dolly Jacobs will be performing as well.
And what will she be doing?
She'll be doing the aerial straps. I won't be working with her this time on that because I'll be doing my magic and illusion show.
Okay.
So she'll be doing the straps and I'll be doing the magic.
Okay.
And Mr. Bellonac, the famous
he'll
clown,
be
will
there.
be there as well.
Okay. So what type of illusions? Can you give us a little idea of what we can expect to see from you?
Yes, well, what we do, well, I do, I say we, but it's my assistant and I, which is the niece of Dolly Jacobs.
Yeah.
She is my assistant. I make her appear out of a firebox. I will cut her in about 6 pieces.
Oh my gosh.
And then we do a famous illusion called the metamorphosis, which is a change. I lock her up, she locks me up actually in a crate, and I jump on top of the crate, and in a matter of a second we switch.
Okay, well, I hope you put her back together.
I will.
Before you leave the stage.
I promise I will.
Okay, and one more time, where can people go to find out more information about the show and tickets?
Well, they can go on the internet, on the website to circusarts.org and order their tickets there.
Okay, wonderful. Great. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me,
and
Nancy.
Have a wonderful show.
Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you. Next on Suncoast FYI, the world of communication to people with hearing loss by providing information, education, support, and advocacy. We'll have the details right after the break, so stay tuned. And welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Nancy ONeill. The Hearing Loss Association of America Sarasota Manatee chapter opens the world of communications to over 145,000 people with hearing loss. And here to tell us more is the president of HLAA, Joanne DeVries, and HLAA board member, Dr. Lindsay Nailu. And I'd like to welcome you both to the show today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Nancy.
Now, I know you have an expo coming up soon. Could you tell us a little bit more about that and what people can expect?
Yes, thank you for asking. This is our 5th annual expo. We started out small. This year we expect to have over 35 exhibitors and 5 seminars, all related to hearing loss.
Okay, and where is the event going to take place?
The event is at Manatee Technical College on State Road 70 in Manatee County.
Okay, and what type of seminars will people be able to participate in?
All the seminars are related to hearing loss, communication, cochlear implant, just anything that's related to hearing loss will have people speaking on.
Okay, and they'll be able to ask questions as well,
Absolutely.
too, and get more information from you there? Okay, and Lindsay, I know there's something new that you would like to tell us about.
There is. This year we created the Technology Solution Center, where we're going to be showcasing some products and accessories from top hearing aid manufacturers. We really want to give the public an opportunity to see and experience some of the latest technology.
So will they be able to actually try these different products on and see how they work for them? I mean, is that the idea?
Exactly. We want to give attendees this year a chance to get some hands-on experience. So we're planning to demonstrate how some hearing devices can wirelessly connect to technology in our everyday environment, like our computers, our TVs, our cell phones, our iPads and iPods. Mm-hmm. That wireless connectivity is dramatically improving how we hear and communicate in our everyday environment. So we're really excited to be able to share that information and experience with the public.
And what time does the event take place?
The event starts at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning until 3 p.m.
Okay. So during that course of time, there'll be people on hand to accommodate all the questions and try the new products and everything that you'll be sharing with us.
Absolutely.
Right?
The expo will be open during that time, and the Tech Solution will be Tech Solution Center will be available as well.
Wonderful. And what other special events or news do you have that you would like to share with the public?
We do, in addition this year, we are having a very special veteran panel. And this is there are 88,000 veterans in Sarasota Manatee, which equates to about 18,000 that have hearing loss. And this panel is set up to help them get through the red tape of trying to get hearing aid help through the Veteran Administration. And we have a sensational panel from Veteran Services, an audiologist from the Veteran Services will be there, and it'll also consist of Q&A as well.
Okay, so they'll be able to ask you how to cut through that red tape, because I know sometimes that can be overwhelming for them. Mm-hmm.
And another thing we have, in addition to the wonderful panel that we're having for the veterans, we'll have veteran exhibitors there that will also be able to help them just with veteran-related ideas.
Wonderful. Okay, now I know that people are going to want to attend this event. Okay, so where can they go to find out more information?
They can go to our website, www.hlas.org. They can call our phone line, 941-320-8825. And we just look forward to having as many people attend the event because this is all for people and families that have hearing loss.
Absolutely. This is a very important subject, and we really appreciate you being here today, and have a wonderful event and much success.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
Nancy.
Coming up on Suncoast FYI, the ever-changing merchant processing industry. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Nancy ONeill. Jason Bearden is a former Marine veteran of Iraq from 2003 to 2011. After leaving the Marine Corps, Jason established a retail store and e-commerce business. And I'd like to welcome you to the show, but I'd also like to thank you again for serving your country and keeping us safe.
I appreciate that, Nancy. Thank you so much.
I know I said that before, but I wanted to say it again. I really appreciate all you've done for us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So now about your business. How did you get started in the merchant processing business?
Well, I got started, I had just gotten out and I had called a friend of mine who was in Florida, and I said, hey, I'm looking for something new. Do you have something new available that something that you're kind of doing? And he says, yeah, I work for a company called First Data, which is the largest processing company in the world. They process about 85% of the world's transaction, estimated around 4 trillion alone in the US. So essentially, if you make a payment to an actual business, it's coming directly through them first. And what they do is they deal with every single payment processing, from telecheck to EMV chips to your to all the small to large businesses. Some of their clients would be Walmart, Sam's Club, so big box businesses and also smaller ones.
Okay, and we're paying a high price for that as business people, percentage-wise on each transaction?
Yes, so what it is there's a pricing which I recommend for my clients called interchange plus pricing, which is the wholesale price, which only used to be offered to the big corporations and big businesses out there, but now they kind of offer it across the board to all businesses. So as the business owner, they have to pay a certain percentage based on how much they process in credit cards. And so what we do is we just ensure that the business is priced properly, because there's several strategic ways of pricing. And then that, because of that we can increase their bottom line and their value with the pricing that we can offer them, knowing that they're priced properly.
Okay, so you customize to their business.
Correct.
I mean, you go in and you look at what they're doing now, and I understand you give them a free confidential analysis when
Yes.
you contact them?
Yeah, so I will give them a free statement analysis. Usually I want to look at 2 or 3 different statements, their last month statements, because it can vary. There's different percentage rates out there, so most people want to use the rewards cards. That being said, the rewards cards interchange rates, wholesale cost, is a lot higher than a debit card. An example would be this. A Rewards 1 interchange rate is 1.81 and 10 cents a transaction. Okay. A debit card would be roughly around 1% and 5 cents a transaction, roughly. And now there's over 3,000 different rates, but I'm just using those as a couple examples. Now the merchant company comes in and they put their value on above what is above interchange. So an example would be if First Data comes in and says, I'm going to price you at 0.8 or 80 basis points above interchange, that means you're going to be paying the 1.81 and the 10 cents plus 0.8 on top of that, which essentially would be over 2.5%.
Okay, so quickly, can you tell us how companies can avoid credit card fraud?
Well, there's a few different products out there. One, if you have an EMV terminal, that would reduce the chances of you having fraud against your company, but there's
Okay.
also products called Trans Armor, which is a double layer of encryption. So if somebody tries to take any of the credit card information from your actual terminal, it'll come back as gibberish.
Okay.
So,
good.
and then it's also insured also through Trans Armor. Now,
Okay.
if they don't have the EMV terminal capability and they do get hit, then that business is completely liable for every single one of those transactions.
Okay, so you have a lot to share with our viewers. Where can they go to find out more from you?
They can go to my website at www.merchantbodyguard.com, and my phone number is listed on my actual website, and they can call me if they have any questions.
Coming up on Suncoast FYI, what stars can we expect at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall? So stay tuned. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Nancy ONeill. Another season is in swing for the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall with some great new shows and an update on Bayfront 2020. And here to tell us more is Van Wezel Director of Marketing, Chuck Stevens. And welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Nancy.
Thank you. So happy to have you here. I know you've had a lot going on, and there's a lot coming up. What can you tell us about this season?
We've just finished the most amazing 10-week period, 10-day period I think we've ever seen. We've had the Beach Boys, we've had Vince Gill and Lyle Lovett, we've had Patti LaBelle, we've had Kristen Chenoweth in one of the most amazing concerts I've ever seen in my entire life. Josh Groban on Sunday night was in our gala, and a completely sold out event, raised loads of money for our foundation, for our Children's Education Fund. Very pleasing week, and we're into another busy week. Our president she abhors vacuums, so she keeps filling them with shows, and we keep working on them.
And people keep coming.
We do. We just
There
had
you go.
McCartney years last night, and the audience was on their feet the entire time. Next week, we're looking forward to Jerusalem Symphony doing, not Jerusalem Symphony, excuse me, Fantasia with the Czech Symphony. So it's going to be a great concert as well. We're looking forward to that.
Okay, and what else is coming up after that?
Well, with all these stars, Mary keeps booking more. We've got Aretha Franklin coming in at the end of the month. For me, the big pleasure is Sophia Loren is coming. She's never done one of these before. She's touring the country. She's going to be showing film clips, talking about her co-stars that she's been with, the directors. She's going to take a Q&A from the audience, and New York Times is sending down a film critic to be one of the people talking about it. And I believe she's receiving an award that night from the Sarasota Film Festival. So
That's
we're all
exciting.
very excited. It's going to be a red carpet night.
She certainly deserves it.
Yes, she
Absolutely.
is. Yes, she's a beautiful woman, yes.
What shows are coming up this summer?
Well, this summer, we don't normally do that many, but Mary has booked 2 this summer. We have in June, we've got Max and Val. I wish I could pronounce their name very well. The Chermakovsky brothers, I believe. They are the superstars from Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, of course.
And apparently every woman in Sarasota is going to want to get there. We've been promised that one dance is going to be without shirts on. I don't know if that's true, but that's what Mary is telling us.
If they do it on Dancing with the Stars, I'm sure they'll do it
They're
there.
doing it here,
That's for
and
sure.
so that's a June booking, which is really exciting. We're very pleased about that. Ticket sales are going well. And then out of left field, we've booked a show in September. September 11th is Brian Wilson coming to town with his Pet Sounds. This is the 50th anniversary of what is considered one of the ultimate rock concert albums of all time. And he's going to be in doing that for a concert which is also selling very well. But don't miss them, because it's unusual for us to be booking shows in June, July, August, and September. These are in, so don't forget about them.
Okay, we won't. That's when all of our local people come out.
Right.
So we'll come out and support you.
We
okay?
hope so.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Now, of course, I have to ask you about what is going on with the waterfront development.
Well, I think there's been a lot in the news lately about that. This past 2 weeks ago, I believe, we had a presentation in front of the city commissioners, and it was on public record. The Sarasota Orchestra made a presentation, as well as the Van Wezel Foundation with the Van Wezel Hall, to show the needs and our ideas of what we're going to be doing in the future to develop the acres of land that are available down there. It's obvious to most people that the Van Wezel and the building itself in its present condition isn't going to be ready for the next 50 years or 100 years. It needs some new work for it to make it more accessible for the orchestra, make it more acceptable to the large audiences that we're expecting. And the population base in Sarasota is growing phenomenally, and with only 1,740 seats, we can't accommodate the people wanting to come in. So there's that. The economics of needing a larger house to bring in the big Broadway shows is also part of the principle there. So they made 2 nice presentations, and I believe the commissioners have given them the go-ahead to start a next discovery committee and raise raise funds to start the planning portion of this. But it's got a ways to go at this time, and there's going to be 50 different shareholders at this point. The city will all have their voice in this one, I guarantee it. There'll be a lot of discussions about using that space because it's the last remaining good plot on the bayfront.
Well,
And it's
we'll be
beautiful.
looking forward to hearing more about the development of that. Now, if people are interested in purchasing tickets or learning more about your shows, where can they go?
The easiest way is to go on our website. Absolutely. Go to vanwezel.org. You can order them online. They can give you the seat availability. That's the absolute best way to do it. Or go to our box office. Our box office is open every single day, and you get no charges. And you know you're getting the tickets not from an outside agency. You're getting directly from the source. So there's no additional markups that would be extraordinary at this
Great.
time. So it's
Great.
the best way to go.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Well,
joining
thank you
us
very
today.
much.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate
you being
the
here.
chance.
Stay tuned to Suncoast FYI. We'll be right back. That's our show today, and thanks so much for joining us. If you would like to promote your business or event on Suncoast FYI, we would love to hear from you. Just call our sales department at 941-361-4239. I'm Nancy ONeill, and I'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.